Thank you, Lion. Okay, so I can start now. We have the agenda today is to create a form to capture the lead, and then we will create a landing page, and then we have the Q&A sections. And we will start with Sitecore Launchpad. This is the very popular pad that we see every day if you're working with Sitecore. And here we have the Sitecore Forms button. Click on it, and it will bring us to the Sitecore Forms page. So here I already have 2 forms here I was working on, and I will create another one just to create a new one, blank forms. So the UI is very straightforward, and if you have ever used like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms, you will see the similarity at this Sitecore tool. And okay, then I should start with just text, and this text I can change it to so it's leads capture forms. Okay, and we will have, this is the field name. This will be used when we have many fields. Let's say we have like 10 text fields and we want to like separate them out. So I can call it title. And then we will have the HTML tag. We have some out-of-box styling. Here we have H1, H2. I will choose H1. And then I apply. You will see that it have a new style. So for Sitecore Form, I would suggest we to separate the fields that we're going to have in the forms with sections. So this is very good for us. It can help us to separate them out and give them like some gap between the on the live site. So this section, I will give it a name, section 1. So for me, I will like to use it with one section for every single field, but it depends on the needs and also how we styling your website. You may have different way to do it. So let's say I will have the first one. Of course, we need the full name of the lead. Just type in full name right here. Okay, and Sitecore Form will allow us to make this field optional or mandatory. We have the string-led validator. So this is also depends on what is the needs of your business. You may have like more validation than just this one. So of course we will have the first the full name field mandatory, and then I will create another section for email. So we have email fields. So here we will see that for email fields, it has an email validator. So it will validate the forms of the text of the string that the user input into the field, and it will, if the user give it like a not valid string, it will feedback with the validation error message. So this of course is mandatory. Yeah, continue doing that. So I will need full name, email, and I may need telephone. So yep. So for the phone fields, I will have the phone number validator, but because we don't want to give out numbers like very soon for any website maybe. So I mean it's a privacy issue, so I may just put it at optional. Okay, and then so I can get some Dropbox thing. Okay, here I can have like a job list, and I want to know from what sources that the user come to your website. You may ask like, so how do you find us? Okay. How, just that, and we can have the job title item right here. I can have Facebook, and the new one, and have LinkedIn, We have webinar. Okay. Okay, so this is can be optional too. Okay, and the last one, we will need to submit button. It's right here. So from here, you can choose to change the text to send. Okay, and so we have a submit action. This is a very, very important step that we need to do for all the submit action, submit button. Firstly, you will want to save the data. So anything that the user input in this form will be saved inside core. And then you want to, let's say you are a marketer and you want to set up a goal for your farm to make sure that anyone who submit the form, it will trigger a goal and give that user more engagement value. So I can create, I can click on submit action trigger goals. So I have some, so these are like out of the box goals that Sitecore provided when you get when you get Sitecore. I already have one here. Go hacker. Click OK. I have it right here, and then I want to direct the user to a page when he or she finish when he or she finish submitting the forms. So I may want to bring them to a page that I already set up, maybe this one, module. Okay, so we have three different submit actions just for this submit button. Click apply, and you see that we will have this send button ready. Okay, next we need to save our forms, and Sitecore have a folder for us to save it in. I will say here capture lead save. Okay, so now we have a very basic and simple capture list forms. Then now I would go to the content editor, and we're moving to the second step, second section of our webinar, which is creating a landing page. So you see here we have, this is our content tree. It's include all the pages, all the content of our website. So I just need to click, right click on it and select insert. So here Sitecore will provide you with some templates that you may have some custom templates. We are having some maybe a new list page. We have an article page, have a section page, navigation links, or register page. So it's also depends on how you you know, like create your website from the beginning. You may have different types of page, you may have different types of styling, and different types of like fields and content that you want to show on the website. And then yeah, you choose which types of template that you want to create it here. So here I will choose article. This is a very generic page template that I usually use to do the demo. So I would say feedback or lead capture. Okay. Our page first grade is right here. Move it up a little bit. And then now we can use the Spirit editor that I had the webinar for. Okay, this is a, so as a template, usually it will have all the how can I say, the shared content that you want to show on every page. So let's say on every page, you know that you will need a navigation bar, and you may have the breadcrumb bar right here. And then you have the main content. This is the title. We have the summary. We have the body, main content. And of course, we have the footer. Every page needs a footer. So from here, what I can do, I will just give it some content first. Let me say this is a feedback page, and then a summary. Of course, you need to prepare your content for the page before you start, putting it into Sitecore, right? I will just use the mid text generator just to get some text. Okay, of course we will have this is the rich text editor. It's allow you to do more magic on your content. This is a simplified version of it. I believe that if you you may see a different version, which is a bit more advanced. It gives you you can create a bullet points, you can centralize your text, or you can change the font or the styling of the text. But for now, we're just going to do it very basic. So for the, okay, I copy more text. I put it in right here, which is the body of the page. Okay, so now we have the content ready. So how are we going to insert? How are we going to insert the form into it? So, okay, let me just save the content. I believe this is the okay, I will need to use my all user. That user doesn't allow me to change the page. Oops. Go back. So what's it? So of course we're going to have another webinar about how to, set up the security and the permission for all user. And you see earlier that I was using administrator user, but it doesn't have like a full access to everything. I have my own one here, so I just switch to this one just to continue the demo. Yep. So you hear now on the page with my user, which has full access to the content management toolbox. I can add a component, and when you click on this component button or the button right here, they have the same functions. You will see that we will have the add here buttons. So these are where we allow to add a component into a page. So I can add it here, I can add it here, I can add it anywhere. So for now, I want to have a form right under the content. So I click add here, and this is asking me if I want to, have my content in one column, two columns, or more than that. Okay, I will choose one column, and then it gives me a placeholder, right? And or you can even like click on the placeholder. It will prompt you to give it components. So when I click on that, so these are the components that I'm having on that already associate to this placeholder. And what I want is I want forms. It's right here, and we see forms. Select, and then it will prompt you to choose which form that you want to present on the page, and of course that you want to use the capture list form. Okay, capture list form. So the form is not styling. It depends. Of course, as I said, depends on your needs and your business. Like branding, you may have different kinds of styling, and because we're just using a very basic forms, and we don't have like very fancy styling right here. So this is what we will see. I will click save, and then okay. Now what I want to do, I want to publish it to the live site. Okay, smart publish. Okay. Okay, cool, created. And of course, that's published for the page itself, but you do want to publish the forms too, because if you don't publish the forms, the page will only show the content that you have on the page, and it's not showing the forms. So I will publish the forms as well. Okay, good. What I do next, I will open Ikato Windows. Go to the page. Okay. So we see our page already showing right here. We can make it, hidden, or we want to show it right here. Okay, cool. So we have our page, very, very simple one, in the list capture forms. So let's say I go through all the content, and the content is very interesting, and I want to leave my contact so that the 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 owner of the website can contact me, or they know who I am. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my name right here, my email, coms, my phone numbers. Okay, so I can choose, I came from the webinar that they provided. I click send. And then it brings me to the page that I already configured, which is the module page. And as a website, at the website owner, what I will see here is I just need to go back to Sitecore Launchpad, the forms, and then I will click on this forms. There's an export button right here. Click on it, and you can choose the day range, or you can choose to get the whole complete list to extract the contact that and that the user submitted to your website. So I know that today I have a one submission. Click on that. It prompts you to save um, Excel file. So this is a save this file. You open it, and then here what you will see my submission. Okay, email, full name, telephone, and how. So this is the field name, and you will get the content that I submitted earlier, just 2 minutes ago. Okay, and of course we know that the submit action of like redirecting the user is working because we saw the module page. I don't want to save it. And that pretty much conclude my create a landing page and how to create a form to capture leads, and then how to add that form to the landing page so that we can get more leads for your website. And do we have any web question for it?